Okay, based off, like the screen that I'm sharing, y'all probably know this isn't, like, an exposing video or something. This is, or, like, a response video. This is just a history video for someone, like, that doesn't know anything about the New York City subway, it seems like. I'm gonna try to show you. There's a bunch of V trains around the world. So the V train basically, this guy said that the M train ends at Chambers Street and goes back to Metropolitan Avenue. That's what it used to do before the budget cuts. I'll explain what the M train used to do before. So the M train used to go. Hold on, I'm gonna try to show up a picture. So this was the old M train. This was the M train that the old brown M train ran between Metropolitan Avenue, Middle Village, and Chambers Street on weekdays. During rush hours, it was extended to Bay Parkway to run with the D train. I will show you, actually. I'll show you all on a map. Hold on, let's go to mta.info, map. I'll show you where the brown M used to run. So this is the present day map. This is as of March 2021, or this is as of recently. So this is where this was the Brown M's old terminal at Bay Parkway. It ran local with the R train. Then what it did is it had this old abandoned tunnel connecting Broad Street and Court Street. And then this is and then it ran with the J to run local, and then now runs on the present day M train route. I'll explain what the M train did now. So the present day M train runs between Forest Hill 71st Avenue and Metropolitan Avenue, Villa Village, which has always been an M train terminal. So basically what it did was in June of 2010, MTA had a big budget crisis. So that means that the last, like, weekday runs, the last Brown M and V train runs were on June 25th, 2010. And the Orange M was introduced, like, around June 28th of that year, I believe, because... Let me know if I'm wrong, but it was introduced sometime, like, in the late June of 2010 and early July. And I'm going to describe what the V train used to do, because the brown M and the V merged to create the orange M. So, the V train used to be, and also the brown M on the weekends used to only serve, I believe the brown M used to only serve between Myrtle Avenue, Broadway, and Mill Village, Metropolitan Avenue, and used to transfer, and had a transfer to the J and Z, and had transfers to the J, L, and Z, because you have Myrtle Wyckoff with the L. But seriously, this guy doesn't really know much about the subway. Well, not to be rude or anything, but the M train now runs. So, actually, before I get into what the M train does, you'll have to understand the V. So, the V train used to run between Forest Hill 71st Avenue and Lower East Side 2nd Avenue, which was later renamed 2nd Avenue. It ran via the local on Queens Boulevard, and then this section right here was opened up when the V was brand new when the V opened, because the F train used to run on 53rd Street, and I believe there was oh god, I'm having a little bit of trouble. The JFK Express ran here before it discontinued between 21st Street, Queensbridge, or I believe it was 57th Street, I kind of forgot. And then the orange Q train ran here. And this whole section connecting 21st Street, Queensbridge to Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Avenue, That section was like the first day it was officially used was December 17, 2001. And for those of you who know all about time of the subway maps, the subway was still pretty screwed up back then because of everything that happened on 9/11 completely screwed up the subway system. And as a matter of fact, I will actually show you what it looked like. I will actually show you what the subway map looked like. That's what it looked like downtown Inset. Like, that whole section is completely gone. And that was, World Trade Center Cortlandt reopened on, it reopened in October of 2018. It was, demolished. And the reason why construction took so long is because Port Authority had to rebuild that entire area because it was completely damaged. And, there was no way they were gonna... I mean, if you go down there, parts of the original could, hold on, I'm gonna try to show you, all... Here we go, actually. Here we go. Here's a good example. The 9, C, N, R, and Z were all shut down. You still have the brown M. And the V train didn't exist at the time. The V train wasn't in... The V train still... It wasn't introduced until, like I said, December 17th of the same year. You still have the Grand Street Shuttle. The Grand Street Shuttle, I think... Oh, it was the Grand Street Shuttle, I think that served this. This section was completely new. The Q and W ended up serving this. And this branch right here didn't open until... It was over a year before, Rector and South Ferry opened up again. I believe they reopened on... Oh god, hold on. That branch reopened on, I believe it was September 15, 2002, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, correct me if I'm wrong. But anyways, what the V train did was it replaced the F train on 53rd Street. I'll show you the present day. This used to be the V train, and it used to run local. It ran on 53rd and then local. These used to be F train stops. And then Cortlandt Street had been open since 1918. That original station was from 1918 to 2001. And you have the J train going to Bay Ridge, which was a pretty crazy reroute. But with the Brown M connecting tunnel, it was possible. And at that time, it was possible for, R, Q, even W trains to be sent up and run to Metropolitan Avenue. But after that tunnel closed off, there was no possible way it could do that. But I'll show you, via the Christie Street connection, it was now used, regularly, after the budget cuts were made and after everything was, closed off. The M train was, running on that regularly. It'll run on that weekdays during the day. If you're on weekends, the M will terminate at Essex. Essex Street is a pretty cool station because you have the old abandoned Essex Street trolley terminal. But that got closed down a very long time ago. Actually, I'll show you. And the hold on. I'm trying to think. Well, that's really all I have to talk about, during the budget cuts. The J and Z remained the same. Oh, and before I forget, I also want to mention the W train. But those of y'all subway fanatics, I'm pretty sure just about everyone knows this, who either lives in New York City or knows, a lot about New York City subways, is that the W train was actually, it got cut, but it was brought back on November 7th, 2016, so it was just out of service for many years. They eventually brought it back, but I have a feeling the V is never going to be brought back because they have the orange M. I mean, if it would be nice if they could add it as a skip stop on the L. Like, if they had the J and Z, if there was, like a silver V, that would be very interesting. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end, and I hope this history lesson helped. And not to be rude to this user or anything, but, just do a little bit of research, okay? Just please.